Hi everyone, my name is Kevin Kotz and I'll be your instructor for History 333 Sustainability in the Ancient World. And I thought I'd make a little introductory video so you can actually see what I look like, and then I just want to take you through a bit of the syllabus. So this is the syllabus. You should be able to see it in Blackboard. I've given you my information here and the course description and so on. In terms of contacting me, of course, right now we're in COVID and in lockdown. My office is normally SF 436, but not now. So what you can do is contact me by email, and I've given you my email address here. I do respond pretty quickly to emails, so I will definitely get back to you. Try not to send me, or please don't send me messages through the Blackboard system. I tend not to get those until it's too late. I will also set up a Zoom conference room in Blackboard. I know that we're an asynchronous course, but sometimes it's nice to actually get together and have video meetings if that works better for you. I do put a little COVID note in here. It's mostly just to make sure to let you know that I am paying attention to things and that we do have to give each other allowances. I add a little description about what I've been going through and what we'll be going through until the middle of June. I also want to let you know that I want you to enjoy this class. It's an interesting topic. It's a topic, I have to admit, that not very many people throughout the country are actually taking. So it's not a new topic for historians, but it might be a fairly new one for us to teach. So it should be a pretty fun class. I've given you the student learning outcomes for the entire course, and these are things that you'll be able to do once the course is done. I'm not going to read through all these, but for example, at the end, you'll be able to identify the environmental, social, and economic dimensions of sustainability in the ancient world, and so on. And then I also give you the general education requirement outcomes for this particular course. So we've got two textbooks for this class. One is Hughes, Environmental Problems of the Greeks and Romans, and then a really good book titled Human Impact on Ancient Environments by Redmond. It's a really good book. I will have other articles for you to read, and I will give you the titles to those, and then you'll need to get on to the library and search and download those on your own. And I do have a video on how to do that. I do want to note in terms of the use of websites for sources. So there's only a few you'll be able to use. The danger, of course, is that they're not written by experts. Who knows where they're getting their information from? And if you feel like you have to use a website for a source, you need to confirm this with me first. And before you even do that, I want you to do something called the CRAP test on the website. It just asks you a number of questions to make sure that you know who the author is, what the subject matter is, what the background is, and so on. In terms of assignments, so if you've looked at the syllabus before, you see that I have quite a few assignments. Most of them are fairly small and short, so they won't take you very much time. And I've tried really hard not to make anything over 15% of your entire grade, because I don't think it's very fair to take a class where you've got a midterm final and an essay, and if you don't write a really good essay, your whole grade is in trouble. So I base my grades on percentages. So for example, you'll take a syllabus quiz. That's worth 1%. If you don't do it, then the highest grade you can get in the course is a 99%, and so on. So there's an introduce yourself discussion board. Now the big project you'll be working on is you'll be creating your own website using Adobe Spark Page, and I've made a video on how to create that. And then you'll also be making 2 podcasts that you will put up into your website. These will also be made with Adobe Spark. It's called Adobe Spark Video, and again I have a video on how to actually set all that up and do it. I don't have any discussions for this class, and this is kind of unusual because a lot of online courses have them. So to make up for interaction between your peers, I have lots of peer review projects that we will be working on. So we'll be peer reviewing the website at the beginning of the course and at the end, and then peer reviews for the podcast. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is that employers are looking for people who can actually work together, and doing peer reviews is a good way to practice that. It's also a good way to see what your peers are doing and to get ideas, not plagiarize, but to get ideas on what people are doing. We are also doing a video in this project. So we'll be using Adobe again. These are all free for students. So what I'm going to have you do is write an essay, and then that is going to be converted into a video. So we'll sort of combine all of these things. And then there's 3 quizzes. So there's no midterm, there's no final exam in this course. I will be giving you little quizzes on assignment introduction or instructions. The reason I do this is it makes sure that you know what your assignments are and what you have to do. And it'll also reduce the number of emails I get asking me about different assignments. And at the end, we'll write a reflective essay on what you've been doing in the class. So I mentioned that your grades are based on percentages, so they're weighted grades. They're not based on total points. So your essay, maybe, for example, could be worth 10,000 points. But it might only be worth 1%, so there's a big difference for that. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm a fairly fair grader, but what I like to have students do is if I ask for an essay, say, of 500 words, I expect it to be around 500. It doesn't have to be exact. But if you give me half, if you give me 250, I consider that you've only done half the assignment. So the highest grade you can get is a 50%, because you really only did half of the assignment. So make sure you pay attention to word counts. I've got the late, the incomplete, complaint policy material here. And I'm not going to go through this whole thing. I just want to give you an introduction. Now, the first couple of weeks, you've got quite a bit of background to look through. So the first week, we're going to start off looking at how to write and research for this particular course. So at the end, and what I do is I give weekly student learning outcomes. So at the end of this week, you'll be able to identify a thesis statement. You'll be able to create proper citations, you know what academic dishonesty is, and you'll know how to access our the databases for the library. So each week I've set them up exactly the same. So there'll be a watch. So this week I've got a bunch of videos for you to watch. They're all fairly short. I want you to skim the CRAP test for evaluating websites. Then I want you to read a few things. So this particular article you'll need to read to do your writing assignment for this week. So again, watch the video on how to access materials in the library, download this article, and read through it. And then I want you to start reading a few of the books. So Hughes in particular, up to page 24, and then chapter 13. Some of these sound long, but what you'll see is there's pictures and there's descriptions and so on. So it's actually not a lot of reading. First week, you'll introduce yourself. You'll do a quiz. Whoops, there's a mistake. A quiz on the syllabus. And then I want you to do your short, very short research and writing assignment. And then week 2, the same thing. This is when we'll start delving into our topic, which is sustainability. You'll create your Adobe Spark page, and so on. And so that's how each of the weeks will work. Now, towards the end of the syllabus, there's still important information here. There's a departmental statement written by the history department. All the faculty got together and put this together. There's a statement on academic dishonesty, which if you're not familiar with the policies, you should definitely click on the link and read through what the policies are. If you end up cheating in this class, either on a quiz or plagiarizing a paper, more than likely you'll fail the entire class. And then I've got a report to fill out and so on. So just avoid that. If you have any questions, send me an email. If you have a documented disability, please contact me and I can do whatever it takes to get you to take this class. And then the Student Center for Academic Achievement information here. Title IX, very important. If you feel like you've been discriminated against, please contact me or contact the Title IX office. And then, of course, the emergency information. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Please send me an email. we can meet by Zoom if that's easier for you.